Yep.
Okay, I'd like to bring this meeting to order for the Town of Brunswick Planning Board for February 20th, 2025. Will everybody please rise for the pledge of allegiance? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, our agenda this evening is as follows. Number one is the Paramount Building Group major subdivision. Applicant proposes a major subdivision of approximately 33-acre parcel of land, as well as construction of a new road with a cul-de-sac and a water line extension on property located on the northeast corner of Spring Avenue Extension and Crick Road. Paramount Building Group of New York is the applicant. Number two is King Site Plan. Applicant seeks to construct a dog boarding and kennel operation on property located at 272 Smith Hill Road. Edward King is the applicant. And we will review, I don't know if there is any new applications received following the February 6th, 2025 regular meeting. Our first item of business is the review and approval of the minutes of the planning board for February 6th, 2025. Has everybody had an opportunity to review those, read them? Any amendments, changes, additions? Okay, hearing none, I will make a motion to approve the minutes as they were submitted. Do I have a second? Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, first on our agenda, the Paramount Building Group. Matt, come on up.
Evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Good to see everyone again.
All right.
Good, you? Good. Just trying to stay warm. Excuse me.
How you doing?
Okay, thanks for letting me present tonight again. We're just updating a couple more points, did a little more homework since this is the last meeting. So the full SWIP and updated plan set has been submitted for review. I've told it was the best SWIP I've ever seen.
Yes.
Just kidding. So that's
for mistakes.
Follows new regulation.
No, but we submitted that, the updated EAF as well, where we noted, the only change to the EAF, just want to call from page 2, is that we do need that drainage district establishment, so requested by the town board. So that's been submitted as well. We did hear back from the fire chief. He met with his crew, and they did make a couple requests, just minor changes in hydrant locations. So we'll get those locations moved for his request. And we also, thanks to Wayne, we had a contact with DEC regarding the construction exemption. We had a really good initial conversation. They requested some more information on the project. So we'll be providing that to them probably tomorrow, Monday. So basically the update for the project for this week.
Okay, I know I got an email from Wayne. You did receive the SWIP and
It's under review.
it's under review. Okay, when do you anticipate that would be? Next meeting? Okay.
Be done before next meeting.
Okay, I know you mentioned the drainage district and the extension of the water district. They all both have to be, deal with the town on that. Where are you with those?
Town board, right? Yeah, so we'll be reaching out to, I believe, please correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Bradley is, the the initial start to that conversation with the water district extension and the drainage district. So we'll be reaching out to his office tomorrow as well.
Okay. Now, I had a discussion with Andy. Those two items, if they're not resolved, we can still proceed a little bit ahead. They would be a condition of the approval of the Andy if it was necessary.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you.
So the other thing is what's my train of thought here quickly? We just covered, okay, we did this, okay, I think I covered everything that I wanted. Is there any other questions?
Mr. Chairman, if I can, given the updated EAF, and thank you for that, given that the town board has the two districts, and there's also, it's like a county approval for a curb cut, and obviously DEC's involved, it may be good to undertake a lead agency coordination. That way, seeker will be completed, or the applicant when they go to the town board for the water and drainage district. So if the board authorizes that, we'll circulate a lead agency coordination notice, and then that can get done prior to the public hearing.
Do you want that as a motion? Or? Okay.
No, just direct me to
Okay.
do that, we'll circulate.
Thank you.
The one other thing I had, this road with the cul-de-sac, that's going to be a dedicated road to the town, correct?
Yes, sir.
Is there any other need to have a homeowners association with this group at all?
Typically, something like that would fall towards maintenance of the stormwater management area, but with the drainage district that is going to be established, that would handle the you want called common space. That's the common space.
Okay,
So the intent is not to have a HOA.
all right. Okay, once we have reviewed the SWIP and you have offered your comments and things like that, would we be at a point where we can schedule a public hearing? Is there enough information at this point?
I would say so. We have to do the seeker first. Is that correct?
Correct, so we'll circulate the lead agency coordination notice.
Okay,
There's 30 days for agencies to respond. Obviously, Wayne's office can finish their review of the updated plans and the stormwater plan. And then start the review of the EAF. One thing I did fail to ask, I'm presuming the planning board would like to serve as lead agency on the environmental review, since this is predominantly a major subdivision action. And if yes, we'll note that in the lead agency circulation.
I would say yes.
And that would then allow Wayne to start reviewing parts 2 and 3 of the EAF.
Okay.
So that once the plans are complete, secret determination can be made and we can move forward to public hearing.
Okay. Sound like a game plan?
Sure does.
Okay. All right, is there any questions for Matt tonight? You all set, Wayne?
I'm all set.
Okay. Then I guess we're all set. Do you want to be put on our agenda for our next meeting?
Please, if you don't mind.
We do have a public hearing. That's, would be probably a very expensive public hearing at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
You can use your discretion on when you arrive.
Okay, thank you for that, Seth.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
And our next meeting is scheduled for the 6th of March. Okay, we're all set.
All right, thanks again.
Thank you for the update.
Appreciate it. Have a great evening.
You too.
Thanks.
Okay, next on our agenda is the King site plan. As you recall, you were on new business yesterday, and now you're officially on our agenda to move forward.
Bless you. Bless you. Thank you.
I know you submitted a corrective EAF.
Yes.
You also submitted a regulations and criteria list for the, what is this, the New York State Department of Agriculture and,
Agri-markets, yes, and that's just for the kennel. Agri-markets does not facilitate or inspect the boarding facility. They are
Okay.
just for the kennel. So that's not for the entire building.
okay.
It's just for, when I take in municipality canines.
You know, I had a chance to briefly go through it, but our job is to review the site plan. The regulations you have are contingent on, to be a condition of approval. Go through all the different regulations and stuff required of these. It's nice to have that information.
Yep.
But we are strictly reviewing the site plan.
Correct.
Is there anything that you have to do before the zoning board? Is there any waivers or anything that we?
No.
I know we reviewed it, I didn't see anything, like setbacks or anything like that. We did discuss, the septic and waste, removal.
So solid waste would be dumpster, liquid waste would be treated with a chemical called pH neutral, and then put into the septic.
Okay. Is there any, regulations with that at all?
There's nothing that I
Okay.
looked through the Rensselaer County Health Department regs, I looked through the state regs for septic systems, and
Now, the question I have, that was a residence, right?
Pardon?
Wasn't that a residence
It is.
before? And I assume it has a residential, septic system?
Yes.
Is there any restrictions there that we should be aware of? Do you have to go before the health department to any type of usage on that?
No, I could find nothing that stated I had to. As I mentioned, I'd be neutralizing everything that went into the septic, and it's basically going to be neutralized with water.
Okay.
I mean, there's a list of things that they recommend you don't put in your septic system, and assuming it's not one of them. I mean, that's perfectly allowable.
But the building that you're using for the kennel operation doesn't currently have bathroom facilities.
No, it does not.
So you'll be extending your septic system to include that building? correct?
To include that.
Okay. That's all part of your internal renovations and so forth. So,
Correct. And there will not be a bathroom in that building for humans. That's going to be
strictly for the dog.
for the dogs. The house is going to be for employees and customers.
Okay.
You have water to the building.
I will have. I do not right now.
And that would probably list the slop sink or something.
Hose bits,
Yeah.
spray down everything, correct. But I'll wait till, again, I get permission.
Would you put a floor drain in, or would you?
On the, where the kennel is going to be, I have a concrete, a mason on, we have a verbal agreement. He's gonna cut out the drain, and then Performance Industrial is gonna epoxy the floor, and then that would go to safe.
Anybody have any questions on the septic or water or anything like that? All right.
I had a question about parking for customers and employees.
As I wrote on the original, the short environmental assessment form, the majority of the work will be inside the building. Fencing will be added to the exterior of the building for containment, and very little site work, exterior aesthetic mostly will be done, and that's going to be to make more parking. So there's a side hill that's in between the house and the barn. It's gonna be cut back a little bit. Collins Construction is probably gonna do that work for me, but They're just gonna take part of that hill and flatten it out a little bit. And then for employees, there's a 2-car garage in the barn.
There's no need for any type of loading dock or anything like that.
No.
Now, do we need any type of topo or anything on this drawing or something?
I'd have to look that up, to be honest with you, Russ.
Wayne, would you?
I would say if he's making any improvements to the site, we should probably see some topo.
Okay.
Underline, at least in the portion that's being changed, maybe around the building. I'm not gonna make it so.
Okay.
And then just show, show the building, show where the, improvements are being made, parking or whatever. Maybe an approximate location where that septic is and where you're running your lines. And where the water's coming from.
But there's not gonna be any changes to the exterior of the building.
No,
Okay.
other than, as on the application, fencing.
Fencing and, yeah,
That fencing, that will be in.
okay. Nothing to the buildings themselves, so.
We already have the right number of entrances, exits, so that.
Yes. Yep. Septic and water on that top one, right?
I would assume this by, not necessity, but this should be reviewed by the fire department.
Yeah.
So you should get a set of these plans in your application to the fire department for them to review the site, make any recommendations as far as, access and so forth and so on. I don't know who would that be? Is that Senator Bumper?
Senator Brownson.
Okay. That's just a formality. They might, if you have gates or anything like that, that they have to go through, they may require a bounce pass, that type of thing. Okay. And they'll probably review to make sure that they can get access to all sides of the building and so forth and so on. But they know what they're gonna do. Okay? All right.
Do we need, site distance? Or because he's not changing the driveway work.
I don't think so.
You're not changing the driveway, okay?
It actually looks like he's in the right spot.
Yeah. Yes. Scale of the mountains. 100.
And just for the record, so Dave, you're recusing yourself. You snuck in there.
I thought he'd be home watching the hockey game.
What?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Team A,
I'm under the gun here by a few people. I have no other questions or comments at this point. Does anyone? Okay, I think you got a few things to do, right?
Yes.
And I don't know how quickly you can do those, but I'd be more than happy to put you on the agenda for our next meeting, keep this process moving along. We do have to get to a public hearing, so we have to make sure that all the submissions are, complete and so forth and so on.
I'll have them to you next week.
Okay, sounds good. Wayne, do you have any other additional questions? Andy, do you have any other comments? Okay. Then if there's none, we will see you at our next meeting on the 6th. As I told Matt Bond previously, we are having a public hearing at 7 o'clock. This is for the Hoosier Street project, so maybe a little bit long, so you don't have to be here exactly at 7 o'clock.
Okay,
Right?
yes.
Okay.
All right,
We will see
appreciate
you
your
on the
time.
6th.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, that concludes our agenda. Is there any new business?
No.
No new business, any old business that anybody wants to discuss?
I just had a question about the zoning meeting minutes from the
Yeah.
zoning board.
Yes.
About, I can't say his name.
Well,
If we can discuss the, maybe.
Okay.
okay, the only thing I will mention is right now that our agenda is as follows. Number one on our agenda is going to be Marie's Muse LLC. That is a public hearing at 7 o'clock. It is a joint public hearing. Just quick procedurally, I will get the planning board to the public hearing, and I will turn the floor over to the zoning board. They will call their meeting to order, and they will start their public hearing at the end, vice versa. We go through the closing of the public hearing, and then they go through their closing of the public hearing. So a little bit more involved, but I think we've gone through this before. And then we have Paramount as number 2 and King as number 3. I don't know of anything else. CBE has not.
CBE has submitted their response to our second round of comments, updates to their SWIP and plans and visual assessment. CBE,
Is it the McChesney one?
yes.
Is that why they changed all the poles in that project?
I don't think so. I'm not that far along.
So are you implying that they might want to come in on a meeting, or? I would suggest not. Now with the public hearing and everything, I would
Yeah,
say.
we have an awful lot of stuff to go through for the review. We just got it at 4 o'clock last Friday.
Okay,
You know?
so you're not implying that they be on our agenda?
No, I'm just saying that we did receive materials from them. And looked at that before we-
Or I know it, huh? Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? All those in favor? Any opposed? Thank you.
You glad you came, Dave?
The mics are on.
All right.
Did you sign in?
What's that?
Did you sign in?
App, yes.
There you go. Go work with that.
My best paying job I had.
We are off, right? We're offline here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You too.